A missile streaks across the sky in West Asia, and thousands of miles away, the meter at your local petrol station starts spinning faster. We are watching a direct confrontation between Israel and Iran that has now crossed the 100-day mark. With the conflict spilling into the Red Sea, the Indian Ministry of External Affairs has shifted into a state of high alert. Over the next few minutes, we will trace the specific mechanics of how global geopolitics dictates your household expenses. For those preparing for UPSC or SSC exams, we will also break down the critical geography and international law principles driving these events. Because Indian fuel prices remain tied to global crude benchmarks, instability in the Gulf effectively sets the baseline for local inflation. The current escalation follows a specific timeline. After a fragile ceasefire began on April 8th, an Israeli strike in Beirut triggered a massive retaliatory barrage from Iran known as Operation Nas. This exchange centers on two critical shipping lanes, the Red Sea and the Strait of Hormuz. The Houthi rebel blockade here creates a physical bottleneck. When these routes are compromised, the global flow of oil and commercial goods is forced to a costly standstill. The risk is concentrated in vessels like the MT Marivex, an oil tanker that caught fire near the Strait of Hormuz with 24 Indian seafarers aboard. When these waterways are obstructed, India's energy security and maritime supply chains face immediate, measurable pressure. The legal battle is as intense as the military one. Israel and Iran both cite the UN Charter to justify their strikes, balancing Article 2, which prohibits the use of force, against Article 51, which recognizes the right to self-defense. History provides a blueprint for what happens next. During the 1973 Yom Kippur War, a similar regional conflict caused global crude prices to jump 400%, leaving citizens in cities around the world physically pushing their cars to empty fuel stations. That 1973 price shock didn't stop at the pump. It raised the cost of manufacturing and transporting every basic necessity, leading to a period of inflation that strained the finances of the average household for years. Current diplomatic efforts reflect this urgency. President Trump has called for both sides to stop shooting, but Tehran maintains that the escalation is a result of U.S. coordinated actions. Regardless of the diplomatic outcome, the pattern remains the same. Regional retaliation translates into a direct economic shock for the public. Analysts are now tracking three primary scenarios: a diplomatic de-escalation, a partial blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, or the transition into a full-scale regional war. Even a partial blockade carries a heavy price tag. Brent crude has already climbed past $97 per barrel, a shift that leads directly to higher costs at the local petrol pump. This economic reality is why the Indian Ministry of External Affairs has issued a statement of deep regret. For India, preventing a wider conflict is a matter of protecting civilian lives and stabilizing the domestic economy. To understand the geography of this crisis, you can identify the countries bordering the Red Sea using the acronym DESE: Djibouti, Eritrea, Sudan, and Egypt. These nations sit right along the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, the gateway for Indian trade. In a strategic context, these events highlight three priorities for India: ensuring long-term energy security, managing the diaspora's safety, and preventing maritime supply disruptions. Every strike in West Asia has an echo in your bank account. Do you think a diplomatic solution is still possible? Share your predictions in the comments. In our next video, we'll look at the country that stands to gain the most from this disruption: